Hello students, myself Manatushde, your English helpline on the go. Today I shall discuss a lesson from Beehive which is taught in CBSE curriculum of Standard 9th. The lesson under discussion today is Rain on the Roof by Court Skinny. Dear students, kindly visit my website after signing up with your mail ID and access the detailed contents of all the lessons in your syllabus, including writing and grammar, spoken English, English for competitive exams, podcasts, newspaper editorials, current affairs, general studies, and a library full of resources. The link is given in the description as well as on the screen. In this lesson anyway, I shall throw some light on theme of the poem, stanza-wise explanation, and recapitulation. So dear students, let's begin. This poem highlights the poet's recollection of his mother when he was a child. Every patter of raindrops on the roof of his house reminds him how his mother used to put her children to sleep in the backdrop of a rainy day. When the poet is alone in his cottage and resting at night, the sound of the refrain on the roof brings memories of the past. Now let's switch over to stanza-wise explanation, but before that, of course, I'd like to summarize it. The poet describes how blissful he considers himself on hearing the sound of raindrops as he lied in his bed at night. He experienced blissful moment to press his head against the pillow in his cottage chamber bed while listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. The poet recollects the pleasant memories of his childhood days when his mother would watch over her children and make them fall asleep. The recollection is so lively that the poet feels her loving gaze on him even now as he hears the pattering raindrops falling on the roof of his house. Now, let us try to understand the poem line by line. To begin with, stanza 1, and the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres. Humid shadows refers to heavy dark clouds that bring rain, and hover means move. Starry spheres means stars at night. Now let me paraphrase these two lines for you. When heavy dark clouds move over the stars at night, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. Melancholy darkness here refers to the entire sky becomes overcast with clouds and it seems like the sky is sad. Rainy tears means when the clouds in the sky give way to rainfall. It seems the sky is crying. Now the paraphrase. When the entire sky becomes overcast with clouds and it seems like the sky is sad, and when the clouds in the sky give way to rainfall, it seems the sky is crying. Now, next two lines. What a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Four lines together. I'm explaining now. Cottage chamber bed means bed in his cottage. Now, let me paraphrase these four lines together. The poet further says that the rainfall with a pattering sound on the roof brings immense pleasure in his mind, and he loves to duck his head into the pillow of his cottage bed and enjoy heavenly pleasure that the rain brings along with it. Dear students, now let me recapitulate stanza 1 altogether. The poet means to say that when heavy dark clouds in the sky bring rainfall on earth, it appears like a tear falling from the sky, which wipe out the sad darkness of the night. The poet further says that the rainfall with a pattering sound on the roof brings immense pleasure in his mind, and he loves to duck his head into the pillow of his cottage bed and enjoy the heavenly pleasure that the rain brings along with it. Now, stanza 2, first two lines. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart. Dear students, tinkle here refers to clinking sounds. Shingles means rectangular wooden tiles used on roofs. Now let me paraphrase these two lines for you. The poet says that every clinking sound made on the shingles has a feeling of ecstasy, means extreme happiness in his heart. Next two lines. and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. 1,000 dreamy fancies refer to many thoughts that come to the poet's mind. Busy being means thoughts occupying the mind of the poet. Now let me paraphrase these two lines for you. 1,000 dreamlike thoughts keep flooding back into his mind, which keep him occupied till he falls asleep. And 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into oof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. 1,000 recollections means 1,000 memories. Memories of the past keep surfacing in the mind of the poet. Now, let me explain you the meaning of weave their air threads into oof. 1,000 memories make a beautiful pattern in the minds of the poet. Now, let me explain these lines in detail. With a dreamlike picture in his mind come 1,000 recollections of the past, which get embedded with one another and weave a fanciful picture in his mind. Now, let me analyze stanza 2. The poet says that every clinking sound made on the shingles has a feeling of extreme happiness in his heart. 1,000 dreamlike thoughts keep flooding back into his mind, which keep him occupied till he falls asleep. Okay, with a dreamy-like picture in his mind come 1,000 recollections of the past, which get embedded with one another and weave a fanciful picture in his mind. Thus, the poet goes into the state of untold happiness and blissful state of mind whenever the raindrops patter on the roof of his house. Now, stanza 3. First two lines. Now in memory comes my mother as she used in years agone. Agone means gone by. Let me paraphrase these two lines. The memory of his mother comes flooding back in his mind with sound of the pattering of raindrops on the roof. To regard the darling dreamers, are she left them till the dawn. Okay, now let me explain the meaning of these two lines first and then I'll paraphrase. Darling dreamers refers to siblings of the poet. Are she left them till the dawn means the poet's mother used to put her children to sleep till early morning. Now let me paraphrase. In the past, she used to cast a caring glance at her children while putting them asleep at night in the background of a sound of raindrops on the roof of their house. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I listen to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Dear students, refrain here refers to the fact that the patter of raindrops on the roof that brings the memory alive in the mind of the poet. Now let me paraphrase these lines. The poet says that when he hears the pattering sound of raindrops upon the shingles, the memory of his mother putting them asleep at night comes back to him. He feels the abiding presence of his mother. He visualizes that his mother is casting an affectionate glance at him. Now let me analyze in detail para 3. The memory of his mother comes flooding back in his mind with sound of the pattering of raindrops on the roof. In the past, she used to cast a caring glance at her children while putting them asleep at night when there was rainfall. Okay, dear students, that brings me to the end of the explanation of the theme and stanza-wise explanation of the poem. For detailed contents including NCERT solutions, kindly visit my website englishwithadifference.com. Till I come up with another video from your syllabus, take care and keep watching my channel. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, kindly subscribe to it, share it with your friends, and of course, don't forget to press the like button. Thank you so very much. Take care. Bye-bye.